1 week to go. And it's time for a moment in the story that is just one I love. It contains what I would say is probably my absolute favorite line of the entire novel. And I've said it before, I've said it a few times, and I'm not sure it always people understand exactly what I mean by this when I say this isn't your typical romance. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Romance has a wide variety of stories that touch on so many other genres, and there's so many great books under there. But it's scenes like this that make me say that phrase because, well, it's a part of my writing style that you will often find things like this in my books, no matter what genre I'm writing in. And of course, we have Anila to thank for this absolutely wonderful gem. Connor, was it? She drawled the name as her mind tried to figure out what he could possibly want from her. Over the years, many people had made attempts to release her, but it had been centuries since the last time anyone had tried something so stupid. Since then, the Nergal had been careful to hide most of the rituals that pertain to such things. And how are you today, Connor? I beg your pardon. His words showed more confusion than his emotions told her. He was an actor by habit, feigning emotions without feeling them. It gave her little clues into his psyche, but nothing that she could work with to manipulate her way out of this place. Not yet, anyway. Well, Connor, Anila put as much venom into his name as she could, doing her best to project fear onto a man who might not even feel it. I wanted to make sure that you're feeling healthy before I rip your fucking throat out with my teeth. Connor chuckled as if she had told a mildly amusing joke instead of threatening to kill him. Her attempts to make him fear her had no effect at all. If he knew about her powers, there was a good chance he had warded himself against any sort of emotional push. You do have some gumption there, Missy. I like that. It bodes well for our working relationship. He finally stood up, turning on the light as he did so. Anila took in the tall, lanky man before her. Gray-green eyes watched her intently, and a small smile played on his handsome face. She tried harder to project any emotion on him, but all she got was another laugh. That little trick ain't gonna work on me. He walked up to her, but stayed carefully out of reach before crouching down to her level. See, I've done my homework. I know what you can do and how to stop you from doing it. Nice try, though. Anila wanted to spit at him, but it seemed too cliche, even for her. She smiled instead. There was no way he could know everything about her or everything she could do. He would have needed access to the Nergal archives, and that was heavily restricted. Surely someone would have discovered such a breach in security long before now. I will burn you from the inside out. You will scream for a mercy that will never come as you feel yourself die slowly until all that remains is a pile of smoking ashes. Although, if I'm feeling generous, I'll disembowel you instead and wear your entrails like a crown when I am done. Sure you will, princess. Connor chuckled again. It was infuriating, his entire lack of reaction to her statement. His strongest emotion seemed to be mild amusement. And that is just the kind of thing I want to hear from you. Nice to see the darkness on the inside is still there despite your appearance. And that actually is one of the few scenes where you actually get to see the man behind the dark fantasy part there of this story. He was an interesting character, right? And you do actually have a few chapters that are going to be from his point of view, so you do get a pretty good look inside his head. And of course, as always, once again, I hope you really enjoyed this. Leave those questions below. This is probably one of the last videos that I'm going to be able to take questions from, because the next video drops the day before my release date. I most likely am not going to have time to grab questions out of that one, though I will try. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, share, follow, and of course, as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day.